multiple hours. Today I slept for an hour and I thought I couldn't know what day it was. And I'm like, am I supposed to be at work today or what? I don't know.
Did you spend the day?
I like giving it. By the way,
I had jury duty this morning.
Oh.
So I had to be up at 6:45
Oh.
to be there at 8 a.m. Then we sat in the room for an hour, and then they let the women go take the bathroom break. And before the women came back up, they go, sorry to tell you this, but we don't need your services today. You can all go home.
What?
Just a little PBR.
You don't need to call in for the rest of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good, right?
I should call in to see what they say, though.
Okay.
Let me see what they say. This will be fun. Oh, we're live.
Yeah, our work is like they're trying to get everybody to get shots.
That's good.
They've been really pushing it. Right, you get free time off to go get your shot. Feel sick afterwards, so they're trying hard.
This will end your term of jury service. Christine Kelly would like to thank you for carrying out your duties as jurors as well as your
No,
cooperation.
go away.
Jury service. Thank you.
Last time I actually had to go in.
I did. For
Did
1
you?
hour.
And then I
Just 1
wasn't
hour.
chosen.
Oh,
Yeah, they
didn't
pleaded
even get to
out.
that
Get
point.
the hell out of here.
I hate to say it, but I kind of try to throw it.
Hey,
Hey, look at that!
yeah, I just got back from getting my vaccine shot.
Yes.
Number 2 or number 1?
Number 1.
Ooh.
Hey, you're
So,
lucky
be
I don't know
ready.
Where we are. I don't know
Several
where we
people
are
have
on
grown
the list.
tails. Third eyeball.
I just always have an itch in my
Extra
butt
arm.
crack.
I mean, no.
Butt crackitis. I got some butt crackitis. Oh, we should probably start.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let's
Moving along. Chop, chop.
Bing, 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 bong.
God, I love this song.
Do. I'm not hearing music. So
I think you felt the same
Oh,
way.
there
Did
it
you have
is.
tears in your eyes when you were recording this? Because you should have. Should have been like, oh, this is so good.
No, I think it was don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up.
See, like, concentrating.
And concentrating phase.
Thought it was the old one. It was really concentration phase.
And then we laughed and laughed after the squeaky chair.
Like, we did that squeaky chair. I think you wrecked the thing. It's like, oh, you used a digital squeaky chair, didn't you?
No, it was
Real?
it was just
Just
a
like
squeaky
screams at
chair.
me. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like, oh, now we really have to redo it.
Alright, I suppose 3, 2, 1. Live from the 6th subfloor basement of the Guys, Games, and Beer Towers. Half of us
Whoa.
are dead from COVID. Shots, actually. Guys, Games,
It's
and
been
Beer!
rough.
It has been rough.
Hey! But very soon we'll be able to crowd around in here and play on top of each other and
Just like we always do.
That's right.
Play
It'll
old
be-
Atari
it'll be
games
fun.
like we want to do.
yeah, play Atari games and we can rage quit.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I want to do Hero. I think we should do Hero.
Oh, Hero's a good
when we
one.
get back in the studio, which is going to happen soon. It looks like.
Well,
Looks like
I mean,
it's
we
gonna
are
happen
in
soon.
the studio.
Well,
When-
yeah,
when
but
we
I
get
mean,
everybody back
It's
in the
more
studio.
fun when everybody's in the
It
studio.
is. It is.
It's not fun if like
You know.
yeah, half the studio's missing.
Right.
Mm. That's freaking delicious. Speaking of delicious, you know what it's time for?
Ooh.
Food.
Bum. Ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da. Beer Court Distraction Edition. Like, there are so many things on this machine that are looking for an update.
That was gonna be a spin-off.
What?
It's gonna be like food.
There's like
Food
everything
court.
need, everything has an update on this computer right now. I had it on like during the weekend because I was stuck down here when Darlene had her friends over for a while. I was playing of all things, I was playing golf on my Mac. I played 3 hours of what the heck? Hands? I think it's called clap hands or hand clap golf. It's really good. But anyway, that's irrelevant, I guess. Don't give me that look. You liked it. It's a little bit like Hot Shots. You know?
Oh, hot shots. The quality of golf.
It's that kind of thing.
That is the best.
Yeah.
the best golf series in
I think that's
across
a fair
the
thing to
board,
say.
in my
I think
opinion.
that's fair.
It's just so
anyway,
much fun. All right,
in
so we
studio-
have Winona's Big Ass. I added that part. Brown Ale. Not much in the description.
Great cover though. Look at
It is a fun cover.
Look at that
It's
cover.
from the Voodoo Brewing Company in
That's.
Meadville,
I would say that this is-
Pennsylvania, USA. And hey,
Some of
hey,
the
just so
best.
you know, there's water, barley, hops, and yeast in here.
What's the
That's, That's it.
Oh.
percentage?
Wait, it's
7.5, so
That's pretty
it's
high.
a bit of an ass kicker. So, because this is an imperial brown, so.
I can't wait to throw us in the garbage because I want to be a scumbag.
Oh.
It says, "Don't be a scumbag. Please recycle."
Oh, yeah. I'm
Well,
just
we have a
saying-
big
Scumbag is
recycling
that
bin.
big.
Wait,
so-
is this?
So-
No, it's plastic that doesn't really. That we're all just living a lie by trying to recycle plastic, and it never really happens. All right.
Who told you that?
Big plastic.
Big plastics. Big
Yeah.
Plastic.
Big
It's
plastics
big
over there.
plastics. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of smell, but I do get
Is that
it.
because of the COVID?
No,
I
it
mean-
just doesn't. It just isn't real strong smell, but it makes sense for what it is.
Let's see.
It's a creamy brown,
Yep,
nutty.
it
little
is
bit.
what it is.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I think it is nutty. I'm
Yeah,
I
you
love
like
the nutty
you
stuff.
like a
I do
coffee.
like a-
You like a coffee bite.
mm-hmm.
It's definitely got a coffee bite to it.
It does.
Yeah. So if you
It-
like coffee,
It has that nuttiness to it too. I can see a squirrel running by, like grabbing one of these.
Oh, we don't have our.
it's not much up front. Most of the flavor hits you in the back.
I agree. It's bitter.
Can you confirm?
I can confirm. To be fair, we have. All right.
To be bad.
We won't get the ugly looks today for saying that.
Yep.
Yeah. we won't
Or
get
not
the dirty
not
looks.
this.
Tom, if you're out there, why don't you go watch some?
Yeah, as long as you're sitting around doing not much
Right?
else.
I mean, if you're not doing anything, why don't you watch the show we've been trying to get you to watch for the last 6 months?
So there's not much more to say on
At a
this.
certain point, telling people to watch shows like people told me to watch Titanic, and I will not watch that movie.
It's
The boobies,
it's okay. It's not.
that doesn't help.
It didn't do that much for me, but you know,
Isn't it
it's
like
not
3.5
bad.
hours long?
And it's the debut appearance of Gaelic Storm
Oh,
because they're the jig jug band in the third steerage.
they wait,
Yeah.
yeah, they go down with the ship.
Well, I mean they're
Yeah.
I
Back to
don't.
the beer though, right?
Yeah, back to the beer. Well,
we
Winona's
can lose
Big
it.
Brown Ale.
We can lose it all day if you want, but here we gotta switch
It
over
is.
here. All right, so
I like this.
so what'd you
As
cook up?
another side point, I like this weird. You're kind of
Fish eye?
getting a circus mirror look
Yeah,
where you got
the new camera's got a little bit more. It gets a little bit more.
Yeah, but on your end, it's getting you're a little thinner than you.
Wow, Rob, you look kind of
Camera really
better.
puts on
at-
a 10.
Yeah, and notice how I just stretched you out.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
All right,
another
back
good
to the
color.
beer. So, do you have much to say on it?
It's a drinkable brown ale.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Could you?
What? Nothing extraordinary.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I could drink it.
So, grabbing it out of the party cooler.
Probably. Well, I think the 12 ounce would be better than this. I wouldn't mind one of these,
Yeah. Okay.
but I don't think I'd drink all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'd
So
yeah, I'd
then
pull it
that
out of
party
there, especially if
cooler.
it was morning. This would be a good camping morning beer.
Oh, like with some eggs and toast and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we often just cut right to the s'mores, but we start out and then like you burn your potatoes, and then you're like, screw it, I'll just have s'mores for breakfast.
I'm going to Denny's.
It's a go drive out and go to
What-
dinner.
All right.
What's one of the other normal? Newcastle, is that brown ale?
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah. So that would be on par.
probably,
Yeah.
So are you
slightly
saying
better
this is
than
one of those
Newcastle. I
things
think I
that would
prefer
say
Newcastle.
this compares
It's
to?
been a while since I've had Newcastle.
All right.
All right. Picking it up at the bar. You go, yeah, give me one of those big ass browns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know it doesn't say ass, but I'm sure they would know it.
they would say it. They
They
want
would
the
say
biggest.
Yeah.
I would.
I know this big ass brown.
I would just because I think this is a conversation starter. I think this is this is the kind of beer you hold when you're ready for a conversation.
Yeah, you just go, look at that.
Yep, I know, and people will be like, "What the hell is that?" Well, this is what known as big ass.
Well, we know, I mean, it's also,
I think
it's
if
also
I
not
was-
that right to the Primus song, we know it was Big Brown Beaver, so
That's
I think that's kind of what they're playing off of here.
really, I thought they
Big
were.
Brown, he's on a,
Yeah,
that's not a beaver though, is it? What the-
No,
what's an
no.
arm?
I think
What the
this
heck is
was
that?
just.
What's
Why,
got a little
Iona,
flat
like-
tail?
What I don't know what he's riding.
all right, that's it.
All right. Anyways, I probably would order it if if I was in the
Decisions
mood
are right.
for something coffee-y. Like I wanted bitter, but I didn't want IPA bitter.
This is the beginning of a wild night, is what it is. That's what this is. This is the beginning
We're
of a
starting
night.
off with
Yeah.
7%.
That's gonna go pretty.
We're a little bit higher
yeah.
than PBR Extra starting
It's
out.
gonna, yeah, it's like this is the beginning of a night that's gonna go sideways.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, all right. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
You're almost all the way up, right? So-
Yeah.
That's a mostly up. That's
a mostly.
I like it.
Mostly up.
but not. I love it. I understand. All right. So on the charge of shoplifting, I find you not guilty. That was Winona Ryder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
shoplifting. So you get.
Yeah.
But I said I'll sentence you to
Oh, drinking.
All right. So what's everybody?
So.
wait.
That's
See.
Nona's pre-Stranger Thing days.
No.
Yeah.
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 We
We,
should-
we just lost
She
Chad.
she was a regular.
There we go.
nutcase in
Chad's
that
back. How about it, Dallas? What you drinking?
Oh, just the typical PBR extra and tall boy.
I don't
Because
see
Timers
you.
is not yet stocked back up on the 12 ounces, so whatever.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, not at all. It's just yeah, it delivers an extra load and gets me more fucked up. So, you know.
God, you really should write beer descriptions. You should be the person that writes.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
It's like PBR extra tall boy.
Gets me.
Like, yeah.
Wait, so I'm like 4 sentences behind.
Like, yeah,
So they
punch
make
a
a
hole
tall
in the
boy or
top
they
and
don't?
fucking down that shit.
So they do make a tall boy or no? Is that what you're saying? Or they still have just...
PBR black.
The black.
No, but does the
label,
black
they
come in
now-
a tall boy?
Oh my god, that would be like a suicide kit. That would
So
be
it's
illegal in
like
most
they've
states.
been out of their cases of 12 ounces, their 12 packs or whatever. I wish they carried the 30 or whatever. I understand, but it's like, okay.
Wish
then
they
put it
came
out
with
there,
full
tall boys.
40 ounces.
It's like, I'm sure they won't have any more tall boys until next truck. So I'm like, oh, boo-hoo. I guess I'll have to drive a little bit more to Woodman's or whatever.
I've been doing the
It's
coffee
crap.
one a lot. I've been doing too much of the coffee
So remember PBR did the 99 pack a couple years ago? The one this year had 99 beers, and it was like a third were light, the blue bottle, blue can, then regular, and then extra.
That's
It's like 33 of each.
That way you can sing the
holy
song.
crap. I wonder how many deaths that caused because it just kind of built up. You know, just like you started on the light, and then all of a sudden up to the medium, and then whoa! Oh my!
When you were forgetting yourself.
Wednesday was rough. I don't remember what happened.
That is a hypothetical fourth loco.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, how about it, Tyler? Tie bomber. What you drinking?
So Bill Gates activated the 5G wireless chip in me, and now I want to drink the blood of children.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Wait.
You're into the adrenochrome now?
How's so
Man.
before it was the souls of children, now you actually want the blood, right?
Yeah, but he wants their adrenochrome. That's the point. He wants the blood, like the blood and the adrenochrome from the blood because the children are pure.
In
That's-
unrelated news,
Okay.
in
All right.
news, Tyler's babysitting service is now open for business.
Billy G really
Cut
went there,
rates.
didn't he?
Billy Jean at my 7%, huh?
So
Go back
hey.
around to that in 20 minutes, see how we're all doing, right?
Yep.
You ever realize sometimes, like, so you have a comedic moment, but then you realize the comedic moment has passed,
I hate that.
and then you want to try to grab it back, but there's just
Oh, if
no
you
way.
add it,
There's just no way
no,
to do it.
if you add the
There's just
comedic
no
moment, Rob will edit it, and he will move it.
That's the
So where the
funniest
comedic
crap you've
moment-
said.
I don't know,
So you
unless
say your
like
little
we go
quip.
balls off the wall, that's the only way to like carry this. Is like either you're like, okay, well we don't want to discuss that, or like go all the way off the wall. That's the only way to be able to proceed with that.
We tend to
Otherwise,
go off the
he's
wall.
consuming the blood children thanks to Bill Gates. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that.
Wait, so do you supplement that with anything else?
Yeah, like a
nice
beer?
glass of milk, beer.
I just realized you didn't.
And sprinkle a little gin in the blood, just,
Oh.
the botanicals in there. You need to have a mixture.
Does it kind of like disinfect it? And,
So-
crap moves out the bad shit.
So do you think vampires do that sometimes? They sprinkle a little gin in there or
Guinness.
something like that.
They like
little
blood with
Guinness or
Guinness.
something like that. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, that's
kind of
vampires are probably one of the characters of what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be talking about.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was a good segue.
I
Pro
tried.
segue right there. Okay, we're talking about games where the main character is dead. That's right, your protagonist, your main character. I guess it could be an antagonist if it's your main character. Fair enough, but
Could be. I
isn't
suppose.
your main character like always to you, the protagonist?
Right.
Yeah,
Because
so
you're
even if
driving.
you're evil, you're driving. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, protagonist has to be dead. They could have started the game, I guess, alive,
Mhm.
but they got to be dead for the majority of the game. That's the rules. That's the rules. How about I know Dallas is gonna have something.
All right. What do I got? All right, I got two choices, all right? I got two picks. I had one pick, and then all of a sudden I had another. I'm like, damn it, which one should I talk about? Tell you what, Tyler, what are you going to talk about?
Oh, I didn't have one.
You didn't have
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Tyler's
man.
just on to hang
The
out.
weight of shoulders
Good.
just keep
Way to
getting
go.
greater.
Way to go,
You went
Tyler.
me down like, yeah, because you're talking to like a goth kid about what's his favorite game about playing as a dead person, and it's like, well, my God, there's actually a couple of them. But you know what? I'm not gonna go. At first, I was going to talk about Legacy of Kain because that's an obvious choice.
That was
but I did
almost
talk
my
about that.
first choice.
I did talk about that before. And I remember, like, yeah. me and
No,
Tyler
well, I think it
high-fiving.
totally fits.
We high-fived, if you recall, because it's like, you remember Tyler's like, what's your favorite game out of the series? I'm like, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
That was my first.
Like, yeah.
That was my first choice, but I thought it
So-
might come up.
So just to fudge it, I'm going to place this here. It's like, if you really want to understand it, here's the idiot's guide to the whole Legacy of Kain universe, or the whole storyline. And it's still pretty long. Otherwise, the game I really should talk about, the one that actually I hold even more dear to my heart, is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Nice.
That game, by Troika. It came out around the time that Half-Life was about to come out. It came out before that, just like they allowed them to use the Source engine to develop this game. But lo and behold, it came out at the same freaking time as all these other games, including Half-Life 2. So that's probably why it didn't really take off. It was one of those things that was really underground, something that at one point, as a young person, as a young baby bat, you would say, in the goth community, still a young person, it's like was really the only connection to the culture in a way, was like this role-playing series, of Vampire Masquerade from White Wolf. And, I was able to play online with people and talk to people about it. So that's one thing I actually discovered. And I got it through not so much of a reputable source, just how it is at that young age and how Wild West the internet was. But, booting that up on my laptop and playing it, that was awesome. Just playing it, without mods or anything, just playing it vanilla is actually mind-blowing and something I really enjoyed. And it involves, it's not so much, it doesn't go too deep into the mechanics of the actual game. It more incorporates it and tries to find a balance between the action that would be provided for that engine and then, developing character and having a character sheet and specking and maxing out your character to actually fit your playstyle and who you're playing as. And
so is that on PC or what? What's that one on? I don't remember.
PC. That's pretty much it. I don't ever remember it being released. I don't think Troika was ever successful enough to be able to get ported to other consoles, unfortunately. It's the thing that came out at the wrong time. It had the right things behind it. It had the right technology and all that. They had a brand new engine to work on that Valve was, okay enough to license to them. And yet, it fudged. It's like they flopped on release. They didn't have the budget for marketing. That's the thing.
So,
it's like everybody was anticipating already, but it probably wouldn't matter because everybody was already anticipating Half-Life 2. That's when Half-Life 2 came out. That's when Fear came out. One of my favorite games of all time that I still hold dear in my heart. Where you don't play as a dead person, but whatever. This is like a game that came out and nobody noticed, and they failed, and that studio shut down. And the only way you could really grab the game was not by legit means. I had to use illegitimate means. I'm not going to discuss it because we don't get to this show, but it was different back in the early 2000s. That's how I got the game, and that's how I experienced it, and that's how a lot of people experienced it then.
So you're really saying, you're saying go back and check this out because you missed it the first time.
A moment of silence.
Nothing, huh? So you think
I
never played it. I should go back and check it out.
No, wait. Can you repeat the question? I'm not sure if I got it.
Yeah. So you're saying, for a lot of people, they might have missed this title because of the noise with Half-Life, which was fine. That was a good game too, right? But go back and check this one out now.
Yes, check it out now because yes, you can get a legitimate copy on Steam and it's at a reasonable price. And actually, let me check because last time I got it, I do have a legit copy now because that's how it is these days. It's that accessible. Here it is. Right now, it's at a fair price. I would say it is at a fair price for what it is, $20.
Okay.
For how aged it is versus the content of the game, $20 is actually quite reasonable.
Is it?
I would not put it at 30. It's 20 is actually perfect, and then it drops on sale anyway through all the seasons and stuff like that. So, whatever, why not pick up a copy? It's one of those things where it's like it's the game, Larry. I'm gonna say it's the game where anytime somebody mentions it, you have to reinstall it. It's that type of game. It's where it's like, yes, it's a single player storyline. It's not multiplayer. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
It's an older PC game. It's in the vein. It's one of those things where it would have been hard for Troika to develop the consoles. They had the know-how and technology and playing the source engine for PC games, but that was that period of time where even it was dicey to get Half-Life 2 ported to consoles, if you recall, especially how that kind of flopped a bit on Xbox. So they probably wouldn't be able to do it because it's too much of a PC game. Using your keyboard keys to save and load, your hotkeys and blah, blah, blah. You can't, that's just how it was. And it's just like they weren't right, there. They weren't quite ready yet. That was like in the generations between PS2 and PS3 or Xbox and Xbox 360. So, so that's just how it is. But at the same time, that was when people were really getting into PC games, right? Especially this generation, these games like Half-Life 2, Doom 3, Fear, all that shit. That's where it's like me as a young person convinced me to say, "Hey, Dallas, you need to consider that there are gaming PCs now, and you need a good gaming PC." And I got a gaming laptop, and that was powerful enough to run Bloodlines. And it was perfect. Me as like someone who's like into dark shit like that. And it's a fantastic game. It's got a nice balance of like not only really dark and horrifying shit, as akin to what the shit is, but a lot of dark humor, like a lot of humor behind it. So there's a good mix of that, but that's just that's the spirit of the game anyway. I already interacted with people before that, who were into these White Wolf games, and people bring their own personalities into it. Whether it's like, really sinister as to how this like horror shit is, or just like people are just hilarious and, really bringing energy to it. So that's something that's exuded in this game with like with all the voice acting, with how the characters are developed, the character you develop along the way. It's mostly a blank slate as to what you create, but you can really put yourself into it. It's quite the journey from beginning to end. And it is something I definitely recommend everybody try at least once. And like I said, it's the one where it's like if somebody mentions it, despite playing it over and over, you want to play it again. I played it about 2 years ago. That was my last run, and I'm back since I'm talking about. I might have the gall to install again, or hold out and maybe see what happens with the release of Bloodlines 2. A lot of drama behind that. I don't know if it's going to get released or not, but they keep saying it will, so we'll see. But yeah, this is pretty much my pick, and I suggest everybody go for it.
Just a bunch of freaking bloody drama around that.
Bloody
see
hell.
what I did there?
Yeah, bloody hell.
Well, that's good. Dallas, did you play the tabletop at all?
Yes, I have. I actually have played several races.
Okay. Do you feel like playing the game is any, I don't know, plus or minus or it stands on its own and you don't have to bring your love.
It does stand on its own. You don't really have to go in being someone who's even played White Wolf games before, let alone Bloodlines. You pick it up, and as long as you have a know-how and a passion for PC games per se, at that time or even now, that's really all you need. If you're into the mood for a dark game with roleplay elements and action and vampires and werewolves and supernatural shit, and just a mix between some dark adult shit, but some funny, hilarious shit. It's a good combination. They actually, because I think they had that in mind. It's like, we're going to take these mechanics, but we have to keep in mind we are developing a PC game, and we have to craft like a story around it. Yes, your character is freeform. You develop it. That's pretty much where a lot of the so-called role-playing elements from the original game kind of ends, is where it's like, yes, you have to spec out a character sheet. You pick your race, you develop your race, who you are, your backstory, which affects how you play the game, what kind of weaponry you might use or how you approach situations. You could be Malkavian, where you're absolutely batshit bonkers, and you can argue with telephone poles and yell stuff at people, or, just dement people and drive them insane. Or you can be Ventru, where you're top shit, but you can only feed on people high rank, so that really limits you. Or it can be really bomb the barrel. You can play a Nosferatu and be an absolute piece of shit, and you can't come out in public, and you have to live in the sewers. It just depends on what you're in the mood for. But
Nosferatu were the originals. Come on,
the OGs.
You got that.
It doesn't have every single race, in the original Bloodlines. It brings like the major ones and you can't play as the anti-tribu. That's kind of like. You meet them though. You meet the Samichi and the Giovannis and the others. But as for what you get, you get the major ones like the Bruja, the Gangrel,
the name Nosferatu,
the Tremere.
They make a good
there
pizza.
are mods, however. There were mods that people developed. It is a source engine, so people developed their own mods where they introduce, the other classes.
I don't think there was
the actual tabletop game. So that was pretty fun.
All right. Yeah, that's a good check. I'm gonna check that out. I used to dabble with the tabletop back in the day, and I didn't play the PC game, and you convinced me. I think I'm gonna go back and check that out.
Have you ever tried any of the Bloodlust games by WRF Studios?
No, I don't think so.
Check them out. They're kind of a dungeon vampire RPG. It's interesting and it's pretty deep.
When you say dungeon, like dungeon crawl.
Yeah, it's kind of a dungeon crawl with vampires. It's an interesting game. Check them
Yeah.
out, WRF
That was
Studios.
Legacy of Kain.
Years ago, I reviewed their But it's a little bit deeper than Legacy of Kain. I mean, you might like it.
That'd be awesome, man. Yeah.
Tyler,
Yeah, I thought of one actually.
way to go!
Nice.
So it's a game that I didn't play a ton of. You guys remember the super cool demo disc you get for PlayStation 1 that had like 3 different games on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got to play it on that, and I super liked the demo of it. And I didn't get it until I was finally
Yeah, it's
adult.
screwed.
But let me find the game here.
Don't find the
Sorry,
game.
because there's a lot of demo discs I had for the PS1, so I'm curious.
Or the image is corrupt. That's cool.
Did it come in a magazine, or was it
I
just...
can't remember what it came from.
The Deep. Please say The Deep.
Why the hell is
Came from the Deep.
like a shitload of discs I got from magazines back then.
I like that, actually.
that?
That's kind of a sinker, isn't it? It's sneaks underneath.
I used to get the money I used selling crack to buy like magazines, PS Pro, and stuff like that with like the demo disc in it. Man, that was great.
So those magazines weren't they like $10 instead of $4? Like, or no?
Yeah, well, it had a demo.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, but that was like 2 of my allowances. That was a son of a...
Oh.
Oh, I was about to say
Son of a bitch! Oh, wait.
the game that was awesome but never got remade.
Fine, I got Plan
No,
C.
they actually did remake
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
know
just
they got
remade it.
remade.
I thought it was
Yeah.
just
Let me
recently
check this
redone,
shit
wasn't
And
it?
it looks
PlayStation.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, the remake looks amazing.
You played. No wonder it was corrupt. It's the PAL version.
Yeah.
Of the-
Yeah, that's right.
So the
Well, you should have been playing the PAL version on your NTSC.
Oh, they do have PS4 remake. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks pretty, doesn't it?
Not playable on your PS5 though.
I haven't
don't
heard
know.
enough marketing about it though. That's sad.
But anyways, you played it. Well, you know, I think.
Bet you thought it was excellent.
think
Because I thought it was excellent enough to buy it.
Tyler and Rob should have a deep discussion, a deep dive discussion of what makes that game great.
You know,
Do we lose them? Oh, there you
I
go.
thought it looked amazing. Honestly.
Holy crap! They want to charge you $30 for the.
So, as best I remember, Tyler, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. So as best I remember, was it what was it, a hack and slash, or what was going on there?
It's kind of hack slash, like you run around with you're this like knight skeleton that was revived, and you run around and you're killing monsters and stuff. And it was just a lot of fun. And the gameplay was great, and the style of it was also really cool.
It was a mind blower too. Do you remember like first time you saw it on the PlayStation? You're like, "Oh, this looks great." It was one of those games. It still looks pretty good.
That was such a fun game. It still holds up too.
Yeah, I'm excited because I actually finally bought it like 2 years ago at or something like that at MGC. I just never got around to playing it yet.
Yeah, I remember owning that demo disc. It was more than 3 games, but it still had medieval demo on it.
Remember milking demo discs for like every bit of gameplay you could get out of them?
Yeah, including the ones that.
No, my attention span is not even that much.
You can't even make it through the demo. Like, I played like 7 minutes, and now it says
Oh,
game
yeah.
comes out summer of 1987.
No, I never got to that screen. Well, this is interesting. What? No.
Was it like?
Alright, so Medieval I think everybody agrees is great.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, it was a fun game. It was a fun game. Yep.
And I probably played as
It
much
looks
as the demo
solid.
too, but
And you can go back and play it. I mean, it's easy to play. It's probably a downloadable
I might play it
content.
tonight.
Yeah, there you go. See?
We
Easy.
just play it.
was it always just a
Easy
Sony
peasy.
Pop
thing,
it
or-
in tonight.
I think it's just a PlayStation thing, right? Never somewhere else.
Yeah, I think that's an exclusive title.
Because it's Sony computer.
There was a sequel,
Entertainment,
wasn't there?
right?
Could have swore there was.
You mean Medieval?
You know, I hope
too?
they release it on
Medieval.
Steam like they did with the Crash
Medieval.
Spyro remasters.
Medieval. And I don't like it that.
1998.
Medieval. 3, the medievaling.
Oh, the PSP had a remake.
Hell yeah, of course it
Medieval
did.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
I probably have it.
2005.
There's a good chance I have
And
that
it was
game.
followed by a
just enough.
sequel in 2005. No, 2000.
Yeah.
And re-released in the PlayStation Network 2007, which probably means you could play it on the PS3 or 4. But
Right.
the reimagined one came out in 2019 with like updated graphics
All right,
to like
so
4K and
For
whatnot.
whatever
I
reason.
mean, we're not even
they-
talking an old
All right.
game here, really.
Well, I mean, it started out as one. I mean,
Yeah, but it's not anymore.
it kind of
It's
rolled
like-
in my. But it didn't need to be. You know, there's
Yeah.
no rule that said it had to be old. So. So my third backup game is pretty old. So
Oh, good, because you'll need it.
I'm gonna
back
need
up.
it, yeah.
you're gonna need it. Actually,
I'm gonna let Ryan go first,
as a-
so he can blow up
I
mine.
think
As a
I'm
As a topic idea, I think this is
It's in
actually a
here.
little harder than you might initially think.
There's a lot of dead names.
I mean, you kill a lot of undead things. They're antagonists. You kill a lot of them everywhere.
Yeah, but there's
But
a lot of characters that come back, seeking vengeance.
it's tougher. It's tougher. Legacy of Kain was a good one, though.
Mm-hmm.
I still whenever Soul Reaver.
But
Da-da-da.
see, now
I can't
here's the
hear that
thing.
song without it.
Here's the thing. Soul Reaver is not Legacy of Kain. It's in the Legacy of Kain. The Legacy
in the
of Kain.
continuum.
It's still very
Continuum.
much like if you see
But it's
that,
not
like that
Kane.
thing, it's like a shared. It's
No.
like it's very much is. It plays very much in the Kane story, especially
Right,
with the-
it plays in the story, but Legacy of Kain is about the character Kain.
Yeah.
Soul Reaver is a different character
Yeah,
in
that's
that Legacy of
Raziel.
Kain world.
Jet.
Raziel, who's the Soul Reaver, the
I totally
weapon.
made that up.
That's
Yeah.
Kane's weapon.
and you heard that it was just recent. Soul Reaver's just been pulled from Steam for an important update.
Ooh.
So you can't buy it.
What?
The one where it's good.
It was pulled on March
wait.
28th.
But sure as heck, if you got your Dreamcast, you could still play it right
well,
now.
No, but it says Square Enix has temporarily removed this game to work on some important updates. Please check back soon.
So for me,
Still have it.
in
So
the-
add Scrappy to it.
Huh?
in the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, I prefer playing the Legacy of Kain character. So I play Legacy of Kain Bloodlines. Right? I didn't enjoy Soul Reaver or
This is wrong.
the other Soul Reaver games.
Not to interrupt too much, but you know what I bet they're doing? I bet they're finally implementing good controllers support, because before that I'd use X-Pad and other shit to like emulate controls to work with my
Oh.
controller.
That way-
they do not. Yeah, it's
that
like,
way
it's
when
a
you-
bitch play Legacy game right now on Steam.
Oh,
I bet they're gonna make it like compatible with Steam finally.
That
That's not a
way,
good
when
idea.
you get near the top of the ladder, you can get off. You don't have to go all
Yes,
the
exactly.
way.
Instead
I
of
heard-
like, taking like an hour to
Wait,
configure
what's
something.
that, Bert? Time out.
I heard they were gonna. I heard they were gonna make selectable characters like Shovel Knight.
Yeah,
And
it's not 2005 and on my laptop anymore. It's like I'm a grown ass adult. I'm not playing this on my keyboard. For fuck's sake! It's like I want to use my like X-Pad. You know, controllers. I'm not going to download X-Pad or this RAM software and try like emulate controls for this shit.
It is
It's like
fun.
it's like goddamn yes, I paid money for this shit. You know, even if it was on sale, they still need to like fix their crap and not play that bad practice.
Isn't it funny all the
retailers
crap
dumping
you
their
used to
back
do?
stock on Steam with no support.
Like to get something to work, and now it's like, you know what? The freaking controller didn't work when I plugged it in. Screw this game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
that's
I'm
how
not
I am now.
making
Yeah.
me download DOSBox or anything like that. It's like
Yeah,
fuck that
screw
shit.
that. I ain't gonna download
I will
that.
make
Fuck
this
that.
game to save its
Or
life.
if I like what I had to do with Tomb Raider, another Crystal Dynamics game,
Yeah.
or Eidos or Square Enix or whatever, but whatever. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like any game that I tried to used the controller earlier on in the PC days. If you were to just go over to the PlayStation or the Xbox, whatever was else out there, those played great. And you like set up all the things on your joystick to work on the PC game, and be like, it just didn't play the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even if you told it like this is up, down, left, right,
Oh.
A, B, C, D.
Freaking Call of Duty and Halo, the early ones with the
Yeah.
controller support was horrible. Now it's the same, but
Yeah.
but back then, man, ooh, Don't.
Well,
no, don't
I
play
mean,
Halo with a controller.
you
All right,
know,
we're off topic.
Yeah, I mean, we've done the
Oh, okay.
console, and one of the advantages of the consoles is that the programmers know what they have to work with,
Yep.
and they can write very, very specific,
Yes.
and they don't have to throw in a lot of fuzzy logic, like for whatever PC you might have.
I mean, nowadays they don't really worry about it anymore. They know you're gonna have an Xbox controller or a PS4.
Yeah, it helps. But you don't have a gamepad from
Hey, heck,
you know,
my Mac expects an Xbox
from
controller.
Yaki Joy or something.
Yeah, Yaki Joy. I got a Yaki Joy I'm reviewing right now. It's pretty good though.
Just
So-
a
Alright.
random game.
So-
Ryan, for God's sake.
I guess I have two, but I'm gonna. All of a sudden, this one just popped in my head as being a better one because of the intro to the game. Altered Beast.
You son of a bitch! How can I be how do you guys keep doing
Yeah,
this?
you always go last.
How can you
Why
start a
do
game
you have a
with
I just
picture
give
ready?
up.
You obviously are dead because the game starts with "Rise from your grave."
Yeah, I know, it's perfect. It sounds like you're why should great. I'm literally just out of them now. They've all been plucked. They've all been plucked from me.
So this is a 1 or 2 player action side-scrolling beat 'em up, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Where you pick up the balls to get power
The
to help
power
you
balls.
beat the boss at the end. Wasn't it like nearly
that
impossible to
game's
beat a
brutal.
boss if you didn't get the full power up before you got there? I mean,
I don't remember that because I never made it that far. Oh my god,
that was
game was brutal.
It was a difficult game.
Even on the Genesis,
I
it was brutal.
enjoyed more arcade standing and watching people that knew how to play the game. Because when I went to put my, I think this
You
was
do
50
good
cent games
job.
back then. And like,
Yeah.
you'd be lucky to make it to the first boss if you didn't get all the power ups and be like, oh, this guy's just gonna kick my ass. Then you'd watch people like, you went through. I think it's only like 5 levels the game. But
Yeah, I mean,
to
you're
complete
not
it's almost
expecting
like
to
a
make it past
20-minute
one.
game. So, yeah.
You're not expected to make it past level 1 or 2.
But that was one of those early games with a really big character on the screen.
Yep.
It looked really badass. It had a little bit of a voice acting.
You kick
Go
with
through
fire.
some chips in the game. So
Oh, it's
kick with the fire.
Good
yeah.
though. Yeah.
But it was fun. Every time you got a little more power up, you could fight the guys a little better. That's
The Genesis version just had that wise from the grave.
wasn't
sound like Elmer Fudd.
That was almost a little. Was that a launch title for Genesis?
I think it
Or
was.
Right.
Well, I think
close
mine
to the
came
end?
with it.
Yeah, and because I think that's on that like 6-in-1. You know, like that's one of those. The Sega Genesis 6-in-1 has like the Sonic, the Altered Beast, then like Super Hang-On, and 3 other games.
Yes.
Columns.
I got columns, I think, with mine too. I think that you might be right about that because I recall I had Altered Beast and I had columns. I'm like,
Hey,
And then I played it, it's like,
must have been
this
right
game's
after
great.
Tetris. Like everyone loves,
yeah.
you know, matching stuff.
Actually, I
like
liked
that,
the
so.
game. I actually did end up liking the game, but I was wondering what the hell is it doing. I think I've got that 3-in-1 upstairs.
Nowadays, it's
Oh, like, that's impossible
Maybe
to
that
believe.
was what helped get the parents to buy the game. Mom, Dad, if you play this little columns or this Tetris game, you're gonna like that. The rest of the
Yeah,
games
got
I
it.
didn't like. It was a.
I was
Did
living
your
on my own
parents
by
buy a
then.
Game?
Yeah, I think usually the how to get your parents to get. I will shut up if you buy this.
That's it.
So that was mine. I stole that
Yeah.
from Rob's brain. So
Yeah, that's
What was the
impressive.
other one? The lesser.
well, it's probably the next one Rob's gonna
Yeah.
mention.
Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
should we wait? We should
No,
wait.
that's alright.
All right, so
If it's
I-
an Xbox game, I know which one he's
It
gonna
is
choose.
not an Xbox game, although
Oh,
that's a
wow.
good one.
well then say mention it now.
Stubbs the Zombie.
Yep, I knew you were going to say it. That's a good game.
Ah.
Third person, you know, it's got a good time period. It wasn't the 30s. You know, it was kind of a fun little, you know, as a zombie go around and kill things, and you're trying to find your girlfriend, right, or something.
Your game.
It wasn't my game. It's my runner-up. Actually, it was the game I was going to start with. No, I guess I got confused because I started thinking of games where you die at the end, so that way they can't make a sequel.
Oh,
And
no,
I
they
got
can always
confused
make a
with where
sequel.
Where you're dead.
You can always make a sequel.
Yeah. BioShock proved that, right? Don't you die at the end of BioShock?
I don't know. I never played it.
I think you do die at the end of it.
I own it though. I just don't play it.
I finished it. I don't remember
Finished
the end of it.
Well, there's good, bad, and happy endings, right? Like there's
Ah.
3 endings, so
I feel
Sorry,
like
I
it.
think
I
you
feel like
almost-
that might not be true. I feel like it just might all be bad endings on that one.
you just don't kill a little sister, and you get the good one.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna
you
kill
like-
a little sister for sure.
It was the precursor to the COVID shot.
Anybody who
Where
has
you wanna suck
anybody
the blood
who
of
has had kids
child.
has killed the little sisters for sure. I mean, just like
My
Remember,
opportunity.
I play games with some weird morality problem where, like, Fable, I had the Halo, and I couldn't go back and after beating the game.
I went back and killed everybody.
I killed her.
Everybody. And then I went back to the city after killing everybody, and they asked me, "What are you back for the survivors?"
Yeah.
That was great.
no.
That's good writing.
Oh, I didn't show a picture up, but it's Altered Beast. So.
Yeah. So Alter Beast then. All right.
What am I supposed to go into the chat here?
Wait, did we skip over you?
No, it's,
No, I'm
it's just true.
now. I'm talking now.
Oh, because Rob.
Right.
Oh, Rob's just mad we
No.
picked his game. So Larry's up to pick Rob's
So-
next game.
No. I'm all on my own. So here's the
I already
thing.
knew his, so
here's
fair enough.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. So, in the dollar episode, I talked about a game that
Dollar
I
bill, y'all.
researched and I found, but it was $1. But I didn't actually ever play it. But I was
See,
excited.
look,
to
there's my
play it.
picture of medieval, by the
So-
way. I could have just used it for you.
That's right. That's right. So Ashes of Immortality.
Not immorality. That's a different game.
No, that's a story of my life. The
Comes with the My Virtual
Immortality.
Waifu expansion pack.
So Ashes of Immortality. I finally got to play it, and I will tell you, I have completed.
Wow!
Yeah,
hey, it
I
can't
have
be-
completed it, and
So definitely was worth $1.
yeah, it was definitely worth
Yeah,
it.
you got your dollar's worth. I got
13
that
hours
$1.
later, I got my dollar's worth, right? So, but
That's pretty good.
technically the main character isn't dead, but the second main character is a vampire, and died about 3,000 years ago. So, I think that one would count,
Oh,
and the character is dead.
Why is it so big?
That's huge.
So not only does it fit the dead character, but it also fits the dollar one. So it actually ended up being 200, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of, if you like the old 16-bit SNES style, Final Fantasy 3. Yeah, I know.
I like the cut that one's
It's
just right
7
there.
or 8 or 6. 9.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm in America. It was 3. Whatever they called it.
I mean,
outside,
right, I mean-
I don't know. But the package in America said 3.
Final Fantasy 1000.
If you like that game, I think you would very much enjoy this. I'm planning on actually buying. There's 3 sequels.
Huh.
Yeah, so I plan on purchasing the next one.
Are they
and-
$1?
They're all $60.
No, they're
$79.95.
I can get. So the story of the character that is the dead character, and the main character, so they go together. Their story is, everyone likes to do 3, right? So 1, 2, 3 is their story, and then there's a 4th one starts a new story.
Aw.
So, and I plan on buying the next 2 and finishing out their storyline. So, it's a really good game. It's a little wonky. Things are a little, so you want to go to the next screen, where, you're in a city and you're going to go to the next screen because it's another part of the city. There's 3 inches of screen there, and you gotta go through inch number 1, if you try to go through inch number 2 or 3, it won't let you through.
Just a wall.
Yeah, it's just a wall, and it's not really a wall. It's like the whole graphic is one big street, but it only lets you go through. So it's a little wonky. It's a little poorly, I don't know, written that way. The other thing that's kind of funny is like when you go up to shops, you can just like click on the person, but some shops are behind barriers, so then you have to like do it differently. You gotta like walk up to the person and like execute. You know, you gotta hit the enter button
Oh, I thought
to get them to pay attention to you. But if the person's just standing there, you can just click on them, and then you'll just talk to them, and you'll be able to like figure. I gotta tell you, I was like 4 cities in before I discovered that. So I'm sure I missed talking to a bunch of people because they were behind something.
So do you like go? Do you like?
And you gotta stand and look at like you can't be like.
Are you like all those
general
gamers that talks
vicinity.
to everybody in the town?
I do. Yeah.
I used to.
I'm like a
after Ultima's
90%.
done.
I'm like a 90% RPG completer. Yeah.
No, not me.
Oh, you got a side quest? Yeah, I'll do that side
So let's
quest.
go back to
Make some toast.
Yeah.
I need butter. I'm on it. I'm the buttered toast guy. I'm a hero.
I do like that one of the quests is the rats in the cellar.
Yep, there's always the rats in the cellar.
Yeah, but it's actually just a complete trap.
Oh.
So the person just tells, would-be adventurers, can you help me with rats in the cellar? And he's really just feeding you to vampires. So it's that.
So you better save before you start that.
Yeah, you probably want to do it because it's actually a really nasty monster down there. Yeah, it's a pretty nasty monster. And that is kind of an interesting thing about the game is that even though one of the main characters that you play all the time, it is one of the funnest characters because he has a lot of fun dialogue. He's a dead vampire, but he's helping you fight a bunch of other vampires. Because, I don't know, he doesn't like those vampires. So he's pretty cool about killing other vampires. So
Is he Wesley Snipes? Blade.
No, but there is a Wesley Snipes character.
There isn't every vampire show.
Yeah, there's definitely a Wesley.
Including what we do in the shadows.
There's a Wesley Snipes character. And they explain the whole in the course of the game. They actually do explain the dynamics of how to create a Wesley Snipes character, which I think they do in Blade also. But
oddly.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was a really fun game that includes a primary character that is dead.
That's good stuff.
I found this topic a little hard to research, to be honest. Now, last week was Big Ass Monsters.
Right? Oh, wait. A couple weeks ago was Hell Games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have thought that, but a lot of times you're live there.
Yeah.
I mean, and I didn't
spent a lot of time
want.
being
You're
wrong
right.
with hell.
I didn't want to go over like I had Grim.
Yep, Grim Fandango would have worked again.
Well, it would have worked great, but I had already kind of used that one. But
we
I
just
didn't.
chose Rob's game.
And I did finish that one too. So a couple of the ones I've been talking about lately, I've actually put the time in to finish, and so that's
kind of a rare event.
I know it is a rare event, but in the research, as I was doing last week's the big ass monster ones, Shadow of Colossus comes up in a
Shadow of
few.
Colossus. Those, I mean.
It's a game called Shadow of Colossus.
Yeah, we're pretty much your
Hey, that's an old topic.
big monsters.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Are they dead?
it comes up as like #1 game for this topic.
That's kind of odd.
I've never played the game, so I don't know much about
You're
it.
great.
But I'm kind of thinking I need to now. It's come up for 2 topics. I'm thinking I need to
You are
play
a giant dead thing.
it. Maybe you're dead, Godzilla.
And giant.
No, you fight you're just a person. You fight.
Maybe you're a dead
Colossus.
person fighting a giant colossus. I don't I don't know, but I was really surprised that it came up in both lists.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Have you ever played the game?
No.
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah, I got like halfway through it.
So you are. So
Yeah.
you know. It's
Is that the giant baby
your
game?
dad.
Baby game.
No. Right.
No,
So,
like
this is this game that's like that. It's called Colossus something. It's
No,
got giant
literally,
babies
like-
all over the place.
all you have to do is find like 10 or 12. I don't remember how many. Like they're Colossus. They just wander around, and they kind of like help you point to each one. You get like a little bit of
Yeah.
information. You point to it, and it's almost like a puzzle to figure out how to defeat each one.
Yeah.
Like how do you climb it up it and like find its weak point. And
But are
kill
you
it.
dead?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Maybe your character is. I don't know.
Like you're actually going through hell or something, or
No, it's on. It looks like. If they want to update it, they could probably throw it in the Breath of the Wild.
It
That's
takes
a
place
bad
in
example,
Illinois.
but
oh,
It's pretty much just big open
well,
landscapes.
that's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Pretty bad.
All right, so you got anything left?
Yeah, sure. Why not? This was like what I thought about covering, and this is Decap Attack, which is a classic Genesis game. I actually I
like
think
the
I got
bullet
a really beat up cartridge of it from 7 Mile Fair, I think in the 90s. And basically, you are created out of parts of other dead creatures, so I think it counts. Fair enough. Since everybody took all my other ones, I think it's fair enough. But I'll just read the synopsis to you. It's a side-scrolling platform. It's actually pretty well regarded. I mean, it's a fun game. You can get it on Android, by the way. You can get it on your PC as well. It's probably on I'd imagine it's on the Apple App Store as well.
Larry's going to look at the screen closer because
That's right.
That's like some.
so you don't see him.
That's
he's
some
just,
serious
he's staring into the
blindness.
screen. He's off the camera right now.
Anyway, yeah, I'll just read that. One of Sega's zaniest platformers, Decap Attack, is now available. Well, that's the mobile. Anyway, I'm reading the mobile one. Sorry. Off with his head. There we go. Then back on. Then off again. You are Chuck D. Head.
Wait, why does this sound familiar?
Headless. Well, it was a popular game. A headless hero sent on a quest to stop the hordes of Max Decap. Get it? Max Decap? Decap? Huh? Huh?
Lots of.
Taking over the world. Lob your detachable skull at barmy bad guys. Traverse weird and wonderful lands, and use your head to bring peace to the world. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should bring peace to the world. That makes sense.
Well, pieces really, because he's like pieces of other people.
Oh.
So he's that's about as dead as you get. And yeah, I like that they've kind of brought these back as mobile games, as long as they allow you to use your controller, which Sega's been good about. I don't like it when they bring back an old game and like it.
There you go.
There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah, the original.
That looks like the monster from Bugs Bunny
Doesn't it?
in
Yeah.
in Mummy Rap.
I'm gonna love him and hug him and name him George. Hey, George.
Was he just known as Monster?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Decap Attack, it's good stuff, and it was fairly popular back in the day. And I think I first ran into it again on one of those. I have got the Sega Arcade, the rather
Oh, wait, is that the
that
Steam?
the plug and play, the arcade plug and play, where it actually had
yeah.
a joystick and arcade buttons on it.
Oh. Yeah, I would
It's
know
got
that
on
if I
that.
actually plugged mine in.
It had on that. It's an awesome.
Which
machine.
one, the blue or the red one? Right with
Mine's black. It's this big. They're huge. Not the little guys.
Not the little guys.
Oh, it's a big
Sega
boy.
one.
Yeah, it has its own power supply. It actually
Oh.
got to plug it in. That thing's a bad boy. It's got an arcade stick on it.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I know what you're talking
6
about.
buttons, so you can
Yeah.
play 6-button games. Has SD card reader. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
that Stuff.
Lasted about 15 minutes. If it's good, man, they just discontinue it right away. AliExpress wants you to know. Discover something. I don't know. Flashed up.
So-
Gotta hate Windows 10.
You just have to turn off those things.
Yeah, I know. But then I miss important stuff. I suppose I can turn it off on this
No,
one. I
because
don't
you get
care.
it on your phone too, so you don't. How many places do you need little pop-ups?
Everywhere. I need to know. I don't know. I'm becoming so like. All right, we're done with this. But I'm
Oh,
becoming so slow.
by the way, I did. There's a game I thought of right away for this topic, Binding of Isaac. But then I realized no, that you're just
not
dead
really
inside.
Dead.
You're just dead inside.
So sad.
Yeah, they just released the final DLC for that game, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna go grab it.
I posted it earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably grab it. That's a great game, by the way. It's so sad. My
It's awesome. Yeah, the final DLC really wraps it up.
Darlene
So, yeah.
doesn't like when
Yeah.
I play it.
No.
She finds it too depressing.
Yeah, it's
Because
definitely dead
But,
inside.
yeah, it's great. Best darn game. All right, that's it. We're about to wrap it up for guys, games, and beer. As always, this is brought to you by Lionheart Racing. Lionheart Racing, all the joys of racing without the rubber hot dogs. You can go to www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Take a look on the top right-hand corner of the screen. You'll see a Lionheart Racing shortcut right there. You can just click right through. Watch yourself some racing. It's going to be a good time. Yep. Good announcers. All right. If you miss us, www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer. If you like the dank memes, you can check it out. Dallas, dropping memes. Dropping memes. Mm-hmm. Like the drop of a mic. That's right. Mic dropped. Amazing memes on the Guys, Games, and Beer support group. Also, you can go to YouTube, www.youtube.com/Guys, Games, and Beer. Check us out there. And if you like Twitters, you can go at Guys, Games, Beer. Tell us how we're feeling. If you hated this episode, Drunk Larry at guysgamesandbeer.net. You can email, tell them all about it, about your feelings there. It's fine.
That makes sense.
It's fine. It's been a laid-back episode. This hit me like a brick.
What do
Yeah.
we do? Shoulder up videos, like, so I can come in not wearing pants.
That's a good idea.
Like
Yeah.
like a
We can do the pants.
news reporter,
I'm not
Right.
wearing pants.
or,
Gave away my pants.
or
By the
a
way,
standard Zoom session nowadays. Nobody wears pants in Zoom sessions, right? That's gonna work.
Is that your theory? Do you like going to Zoom sessions like pantsless? I got this fixed.
It's a new way. Instead of imagining everyone in the audience don't close, you just assume everyone that's in
We're all
the video has
pantsless.
no pants on.
We're all pantsless here.
Yeah.
Wait, should we do the? We have this cam that we never use. There we go. There you go. There's the.
Larry's
there's-
pantsless.
There's pantsless Larry.
Order.
Yeah. Order in the corner. All right. That's about it for Guys, Games, and Beer. Thanks everybody for watching, listening, whatever the heck you're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a great episode. Freaking solid shit right there.
Yeah.
You can tell by
I can see the
Dallas's.
mic.
Go away. Again,
Just
another
have to stop
message.
telling you about warnings about high sense.
I'm not on camera.
But what if I missed something important? That's it. Yeah,
That's it.
we made it. Actually, there's a lot of good stuff in there. For about 15 minutes.
Right.
All right, we gotta hurry up and get back to gameplay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Lost all the traction we were getting from the gameplays. But that's alright.
Normally end up in a bunch of drunkenness near the end, right?
Yeah, but people like it when you're playing games and get totally lit. They
Yeah.
love that.
Oh, now we're just
What are you talking about? Pitbull's way better than Moon Patrol. Moon Patrol on the moon, that doesn't make any sense.
The fact that we only played for like 30 seconds, we said, like, how am I gonna get good? I gotta keep passing the controller around. I got to the next guy. 5 minutes later, I'm like, what? I knew what I wanted to do, but
I really felt like I was succeeding there, and then, I don't know.
worst part is you gotta pick up where the last person. So if
Right.
the last person was really good, you're suddenly on a hard level.
Right. There's not a lot of chance of that, but you know, it does happen.
I don't know if you sit next to
Did
Dallas.
we ever do Keystone Capers? Because we really should have done Keystone Capers.
I don't remember if we did or not.
Holy
I
divers.
feel like we did.
As soon as we got to like level 3 or something, Holy Diver and ran out of lives, we would go back to the beginning.
Oh God, that was hard.
Oh, we used all our
I had
lives.
2 copies of that, and both of them are hell. There we go. Look at that.
There you go.
Dead.
Yeah,
Now we're dead. We're dead. By the way, this was the podcast to watch of 2017.